Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityurma amritam gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam Kavi bhiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Gnanti Ye Bhurida Janaha. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we be strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Your nectar-like words and warm and inspiring life stories, eulogized by learned sages, are indeed eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear and propitious to inculcate in one's own life. Those who take these words to the world are indeed great benefactor of the world. We are studying the life of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. Sri Sarada Devi and her divine play. Yesterday we had class on Vedanta Sara. So someone is saying that my mind blew up. Yes, philosophy is like that, because one has to think rationally, behave rationally. So it is like technology. Say suppose I have a phone. Oh, here. I have a phone. So if you ask a technician, he will tell lots of things which will go beyond our understanding. But we can use it because they have made in such a way that ordinary people can use it. So is our spiritual life. Philosophy is difficult to contemplate, difficult to even understand. But it is not difficult in practicing in our day-to-day life. So we need some technologist. So that it is invented, it is understood how it works, because something goes wrong, then they will correct it. But there should be someone who translates those technicalities into our usable tools. Say even this internet, we are talking and say people are, devotees are in different places, but how we are united? It is possible because of technology. Someone may not understand the technology, but we understand how to use it. Same thing happened in the life of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. So Sri Ramakrishna did lots of tapasya, penance. It is very hard for ordinary soul to do all kinds of things. But to translate those into our day-to-day life should not be very hard. How that can be translated was shown by Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. Cooking is difficult. First you have to bring all the ingredients, rice, dal, and so many masalas. But once it is cooked, then it is easier to eat. And Sri Ramakrishna said, I have cooked, now you come and eat. So Sri Ramakrishna made Holy Mother in charge of providing that food. What is the meaning? Means how to practice in our lives. That is the gist of her life. If you read Gita, Karma Yoga, very difficult. Karma Yoga, you should not be attached with anything, you should not expect anything, and whatever you do, that should be offered to God. Now we forget, we ordinary people. That is why we needed Holy Mother, who practiced those things and showed us how we can practice. We can make those truths palpable, clear in our lives. So with this introduction, before we proceed, I have to inform one thing, that our most revered President Maharaj attained Mahasamadhi on 26th of March, 8:14 p.m., that means evening, and later he was cremated after the next night he was kept in state. Many devotees came, offered their respects. So we inform this with deep sorrow. But this is the way of life here. In this world we come, we lead our lives, then one day we are to depart. We have to get ready for that day. It's very important. Nothing of this world will go with us. What will go? Our practices, our impressions. That is it. That will be with us. If we have gathered some good impressions, that will be with us. So he was about 92 years old, 92 or 94 years. He was born in 1929 in Madras Presidency. That time India was undivided. So that state was called Madras Presidency in 1929. And then after initial days he came to Bombay. His mother passed away when he was very young. So for education he came to Indore and then to Bombay. And he used to go to the beach because Bombay is on the seashore. And he would sit for a long time because he was not at home and mother passed away. So naturally this thought used to come to his mind. One day he was looking at the ocean and he noticed that huge ocean and huge sky. There is no end of it. There is no limit of it. But then all of a sudden a thought came to him. Though this is huge, unlimited, the ocean is unlimited, but all these are conceived in our mind, in his mind. That means all these belong to our mind. It is like a picture outside. So this thought lead him to search, what is this? How can I understand the mystery? And then he came to know, he got a book on Swami Vivekananda. And then he found that there is a branch center of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission in Mumbai, that time Bombay. So he went there, he started frequenting. That time Sambuddhananji was there as in charge. So he begged a little voluntary job because he was not given any job. Then he said, okay, go and clean the utensils, that vessels, cooking vessels of the mutt. And he was happy because he never thought it is a small thing. And then in 1952 he joined there. Swami Shankaranandji Maharaj, that time president, came and he was initiated in that same year, 1952. And later he joined also in the same year, 1952. And he received sannyasa in 1960 from his guru. He got brahmacharya. First two stages are there. Was novice, so when a person joins our order, he becomes novice. After 4 years, then he goes for training center, 2 years. Sometimes 3 years also are allowed. 3 years novice and 2 years brahmacharya, training center, and then 4 years after brahmacharya. So he joined in 1952. Then in 1956 he got brahmacharya. He took first vow of celibacy. In 1960 he got sannyasa from his own guru. Then gradually he was working, and then 1958 he came to Advaita Ashram. We have a publication center, so he came there, 1958, and then for 18 years he served there. We have 2 centers, one is in Calcutta, one is in Himalayas. So he used to frequent both the places. Sometimes he was assistant to the editor. So that way also he worked. After that he was transferred to Sarada Devi, 1976. And then he became trustee in 1983. First time I saw him in 1982 when I came for a training center. I was at Belur Mutt from 1982 to 84. That time I saw him. He was very jovial, he was very simple, and in his presence everybody would feel at home. Not that everybody was afraid of him. Very, very cordial. And he used to take classes at Sarada Devi. Sarada Devi is, Belur Mutt on the Ganga, by the side of it, Sarada Devi. And he would inquire, so whenever I met, I used to go for pranam. So he used to talk to me, and he got familiar with me, and also whenever it is required, he gave some prasad. So 1976, he was transferred to Sarada Devi, and then he became trustee of the working committee there, that trustee of the board of trustees, 1983. And I got brahmachari in 1984. And then in 1997, he became General Secretary. General, General Secretary means the executive head of the whole Ramakrishna Math and Mission. And in 2007, he became Vice President. So I was in Seva Pratishthan, Calcutta, and in 2003 or 3, he asked me, would you like to go to Australia? Then I said, yes, why not? To serve our order along with Swami Sridharanandji. I said, it's my honor to go there. So he sent me to Australia. And by that time in 2007, he became Vice President. And in 2017, after the passing away of previous President Maharaj, he became the President. I was away from Bengal for a long time, so one day it happened. It's a funny that, I said in Bengali that is a stomach, but it should be like a bhuni. Bhuni is like this when it belches out. So so he caught me that. So though he used to speak Tamil Nadu, but he learned Bengali very well. He learned Hindi, so he also learned Marathi. So he was a polyglot and very brilliant. And in his time, he later was transferred to Chennai. Chennai means Madras. And he initiated building of a big temple there, which was later inaugurated in year 2000. So that was a big project for him. He did many development works in Mayavati, and wherever he was, he always used to think how to develop in a better way. And he was a great inspirer. He traveled almost all our centers. That time existing all centers. So now we have some more centers, so he missed those. So he was a really wonderful person and a wonderful monk. And when a monk passes away, it is not death. It is to merge in Sri Ramakrishna. That's why we say Mahasamadhi. Mahasamadhi. He merges in Sri Ramakrishna. And his spiritual dissemination was also quite widespread, wonderful. His life, simple life, he used to write various articles that way also. On 7th of April, there will be a memorial function at Belur Math. So we pray for him, and we pray to Thakur Sri Ramakrishna to take him away, and because life will go on, otherwise he was suffering. He was admitted in Seva Pratishthan. And we are thinking generally, in India, what we do some special worship. So I was asking Swami Chetananji Maharaj, what can we do? So he said, we don't need to do anything. But I think what we can do some japam or some puja. I'll ask headquarters what should be done, and then accordingly we can do something. But we have a function on 6th. If we are to do, we have to do on 7th. So I'll circulate. If headquarters says to perform something, then we can do on 7th. So our deep respect, deep devotion for the revered Maharaj. It is really a very painful experience, but he was suffering that way, a kind of release from this shackle of this limitation. And we pray to the Divine Trinity for him, and also we pray for all. So let us go back to our study. Paul, page 193.
Oh, yeah. We're at Holy Mother Returns to Calcutta, I think, right?
Holy Mother,
Calcutta.
say 92. Holy Mother later recalled her stay in Kailawar. 192.
I'm on the iPad, so okay, gotcha. Holy Mother later recalled her stay in Kailawar. Was it Kailawar?
Kailawar.
Once I spent a couple of months at Kailawar in the district of Ara. It is a very healthy place. Gola, Babu Ram's mother, Balaram's wife, and others were with me. The country abounded in deer. A herd of them roamed about, forming a triangle. But no sooner had we seen them than they fled like birds. I had never before seen anything run so swiftly. The master would say, musk develops in the navel of the deer. Being fascinated with its smell, the deer run hither and thither. They do not know where the fragrance comes from. Likewise, God dwells in the human body, and human beings do not know it. Therefore, they search for bliss everywhere, not knowing that it is already in them. God alone is real, and everything else is false.
Kailawar is in Bihar. That means a drier place. So to recoup health, she went there and then stayed. And this is, like Kasturi. It is called Kasturi. Kasturi is at the navel of a deer. It develops to some deers, but they are very fascinated by the smell. So they search everywhere, but it is in their own navel. Similarly, we also search God and so many other things, resources, but it is already within us. We have to discover like that deer. Yes.
After returning from Kailawar, Holy Mother left for Jairambati in April 1894, and then returned to Calcutta in August 1894, again staying with Balaram's family. Every afternoon, Yogan Ma, Golak Ma, Krishna Bhavani, Matanjani, and the women devotees would gather around Holy Mother to hear stories of her childhood and her time with the Master. Those were glorious days. In 1894, Holy Mother attended the Janmashtami festival, the celebration of Krishna's birth, at Balaram's house. After that, Matanjani wanted to worship Mother Durga in her country home at Anpur. She invited Holy Mother to attend the festival, and she agreed. On Janmashtami Day, it was announced that Holy Mother would be going to Matanjani's country home in Anpur to attend Durga Puja. Shortly before Durga Puja in 1894, Matanjani left for Anpur with Holy Mother, Yogan Ma, Golak Ma, and Swamiji's disciple Swami Sadananda.
Matangini. And Anpur is about 40 miles away from Calcutta. It is picturesque, very cultural, There are some temples, ancient temples also. And Baburam Maharaj, Matangani Devi was mother of Swami Premanandaji, Baburam Maharaj. So they were the Jamindar. Jamindar means landlord of that place. Yeah.
Matangani's daughter Krishna Bhavani and son Shantiram also came. They went to Haripal by train and then by bullock cart to Anpur, but a palanquin was arranged for Holy Mother. In Anpur, Durga Puja was celebrated for 4 days with great eclat. Afterwards, Holy Mother left for Kamarpakur with Yogan Ma, Golat Ma, and Shadananda. After staying a few days in Kamarpakur, they went to Jairambati. Holy Mother stayed there and the others returned to Calcutta.
Okay. If you remember, Swami Vivekananda, that time Narendranath, and about 8 to 9 disciples, they went to Anpur after the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna. There, one evening they were meditating, burning a campfire. We call it dhuni. So fire, they were meditating. All of a sudden, Narendranath, that time Narendranath, got inspiration and started speaking about Jesus, his life of sacrifice and a spiritual orientation, and very inspiring words. So everybody was so surcharged that they immediately took vows that they will leave this worldly life and strive to attain God. Later they discovered that that day was Christmas Eve. So this is the place that the birthplace of Baburam Maharaj. Okay.
Holy Mother returns to Calcutta. In February 1895, Holy Mother returned to Balaram's home after her visit to Jairambati. Every evening, Holy Mother would attend the Vesper service of Balaram's family deity in the shrine and then meditate on the roof. One evening, when Holy Mother was at Vespers, Gauri Ma entered her room and hid under her cot. That evening, there was torrential rain, so Holy Mother came back to her room for meditation. After an hour, Holy Mother began to laugh and cry in an ecstatic mood, and finally she became motionless. After a couple of hours, Gauri Ma touched her head to Holy Mother's feet. She opened her eyes and saw Gauri Ma. Holy Mother asked, "Where have you been?" "I was hiding under your cot," Gauri Ma said. Smiling, Holy Mother exclaimed, "What a girl!" "Mother, I was hiding under your cot for such a long time and you didn't see me," said Gauri Ma.
Yeah, later she became sannyasini, first nun. Yes.
Holy Mother was late for supper, so Krishna Bhavani entered the room to fetch her. Gauri Ma said to Krishna Bhavani, "Bodhi, sister-in-law, look, Mother says that she does not get ecstasy in samadhi, so I hid under her cot to see what she does during meditation." She then described everything to Krishna Bhavani. Embarrassed, Holy Mother remained seated with her eyes cast down.
Yeah, she was shy, like Holy Mother, and never expressed herself. But yes, she was caught sometimes like this. Yes.
Holy Mother takes her mother on pilgrimage. Every devout Hindu aspires to see Gaya, Varanasi, Vrindavan, Prayag, and other holy places at least once in his or her lifetime. Holy Mother wanted to fulfill this desire for her mother, who had gone through many ordeals throughout her life. She planned the pilgrimage for February 1895, and Yogan Ma, Golat Ma, and Yogananda decided to go with her. Accordingly, Holy Mother brought her mother and 2 brothers, Prasanna, and Kali from Jairambati to Calcutta. The party first went to Varanasi to worship Vishwanath Shiva and Mother Annapurna. One day Yogananda hired a boat and took the party to see where the Ganges flows in a half crescent and to give them a panoramic view of Varanasi. They stayed in Varanasi for 3 days and then went to Vrindavan, where they stayed until the middle of April 1895. It was arranged for them to stay at Kala Babu's Kunja Balaram Basu's estate, where Holy Mother had stayed during her last visit. They visited all the important temples in Vrindavan. In April 1895,
So these are holy places in Uttar Pradesh, now Uttar Pradesh, but that that area, it's near Delhi. From Delhi, Varanasi is about 200 miles, and Vrindavan is about 200 miles, and maybe less than that. And from Delhi, southeast, it's about 500 miles. So this is a very holy place. Varanasi is famous for Shiva temple and Ganga. Especially Ganga is flowing to the north. That is very holy. And Vrindavan, where Krishna sported during his childhood days. That's why every Hindu, they want to go there and remember those days. And many mats and temples are there where they go and participate in various spiritual discussions or readings. Yes.
In April 1895, the party left for Prayag, the confluence of the Ganges and the Yamuna, where they bathed. On their way back, they stopped at Gaya. As was the custom, Shama Sundari's eldest son, Prasanna, performed a ritual and offered pinda at the feet of Vishnu for their departed father, Ramachandra. Holy Mother was very pleased. On the fourth day, they visited Bodh Gaya and then returned to Calcutta. Holy Mother sent her mother and brothers to Jairambati while she stayed with M's family at 51 Bhavani Datta Lane in Kolutola for a month. On 13 May 1895, Holy Mother left for Jairambati. She had with her a small brass image of baby Krishna or Bala Gopala that she had bought in Vrindavan. She kept the image on a shelf in her room. One day while she was lying on her bed, that image of little Gopala crawled to her and said, "You brought me here, but you don't care for me. You don't feed me or worship me. If you don't worship me, no one else will worship me." Immediately, Holy Mother took the image in her hand and kissed it affectionately, touching its cheek with her fingertips, and then touched them with her lips. She offered flowers to the image and placed it next to the Master's picture, where she worshipped it daily.
So this is a custom, like to have love for God. This is another way. Devotees worship God as their son and daughter. So Sri Krishna is worshipped as Bala Gopal, little Gopala, and with laddu in his hand. Have you seen that? In a shrine you can see Rama and Krishna both. And then Ganesha, Shiva also, one can find small deities of that. A small vigraha. Vigraha means say image of God. So it is better. So every day, ladies especially, they would give some offering. And they are very meticulous, like So this way it is to cultivate devotion. There are 5 attitudes. One is shanta, peacefulness. One is meditating. No emotion, play of emotion, shanta. Only peacefulness. Dasya. Dasya means as a servant, like Hanuman. Hanuman was a servant of God. For serving God, he would go anywhere and perform his duties. So one should feel that way, that I am servant of God. Then Sokhya. Sokhya means like friend. What is the speciality of friendship? Sometimes even God is carrying them. You know, when the Gopas, that cowherd boys used to climb on Sri Krishna's shoulder, he would take the feet of those children to his heart, because for God the feet of devotees are also very sacred, very loving. So this way it's a very close relationship. It is not servant and master. Yeah, it is like giving and taking. Then came worshipping God as a child. So mother is greater than God. So God becomes smaller. Mother is taking care. And Yashoda would think, if I don't take care of Krishna, who will take care? My Krishna will suffer. Oh, no, I cannot see that. So this way, it is a very cordial relationship. And many people like it. And then comes Madhura. Madhura means that I am the handmaid of God. So that's a bit difficult because one has to be totally bereft of his physical awareness, total ecstasy, like Sri Ramakrishna did that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that, then Mirabai did that. So very special case where there is no difference. But it is better to keep some difference, like God is my son, or God is my friend, or God is my master. So that way it is better. Okay. And Sri Ramakrishna said, it is not good to think that I am one with God. I know in Jnana Yoga we'll say a different thing. But in Bhakti Yoga, it is always better. It's sweet, giving and taking. Jnana Yoga, it is like one way traffic. Okay, go ahead.
Holy Mother's Travels, 1895 to 1897. Although from 1895 to 1896, Holy Mother lived mostly in Jairambati, she sometimes visited Kamarpakur. After attending Jagadatri Puja, Holy Mother and Golapma went to Kamarpakur. On 26 November 1895, she wrote to M. I received 10 rupees which you sent. I am now living in Kamarpakur. Golap had a fever but has now recuperated. In April 1896, Holy Mother returned to Calcutta and stayed for 1 month at Sharat Sarkar's house at 59 to Ramkanta Basu Street. She could not stay at Balaram's home because his son Ramakrishna was soon to be married and the house was full of their relatives and guests. In 1896, Vivekananda wrote a letter to his brother disciples at Alambazar Mutt, encouraging them to serve human beings as God.
One thing to be noted, you see here, Holy Mother acknowledges M, that I received your 10 rupees. That time 10 rupees is a big sum. And M used to help send money, not only to Holy Mother, but some monks and to other devotees also. And for that he would work very, very hard work. And it's maybe 2-3 jobs he would do. So apparently he was a grihastha, householder. But he was one of the stalwarts of Ramakrishna order. A great life. M. So, those who are interested, please um, read his life, Nagmasha's life. And also the places mother visited. Nowadays it's so easy. Google Earth or Google Maps. You can go through that. It's interesting. And some pictures are there. You can just click and see the pictures. It is difficult to go there. And if you go there, you cannot imagine how many people are there. It's like New York. You can understand that 1/3 of America contains 1 billion people more, 1.4 billion. So it's an amazing place. Yes.
Swami Trigunatitananda read that letter to Holy Mother, and she said, Naren is an instrument in the hands of the Master. Naren will make his disciples and devotees fulfill his mission to do good to humanity. For that reason, the Master is making Naren write those inspiring words. After Holy Mother had been at Sarkar's house for a month, a house was rented for her at Sarkarbari Lane in Bagbazar near the Ganges. The first floor of the house was a turmeric warehouse, according to M, a jute warehouse. And the second and third floors were the living quarters. Holy Mother lived with Gopal Ma, Golap Ma, and other women devotees on the third floor. From there she could see the Ganges very clearly. Swamis Brahmananda and Yogananda and a couple of brahmacharis lived on the second floor so they could look after Holy Mother. Holy Mother stayed in this house for 5 or 6 months. After Kali Puja, she left for Jairambati in November 1896. Holy Mother returned to Calcutta in 1897, probably in the 4th week of April, and stayed in a rented house at 10-2 Bosepara Lane, Bagbazar. Swamiji went to see her there on 29 April. There was some discussion of Holy Mother visiting Kedarnath and Badrinath, but the plan did not work out.
So, like Holy Mother used to live in various places before her house was constructed. Swami Sharadanandaji bought a piece of land and then constructed a house for her. Then only she used to live at that place. Before that, in many places. Okay, go ahead. Okay, Holy Mother and Vivekananda. Yame buddhim suvidadhe satatam dharanyam samba sarva mama gatihi safale afaleva. That is, this hymn was composed by Swami Vivekananda, Amba Stotram by Swami Vivekananda. She who is always guiding and inspiring my intellect in the world, she is my all auspicious mother. She is my goal, whether I succeed or fail. Mother alone is our real goal. In our lives we may struggle, many times we may fail, we may succeed, we may be blamed, criticized, but nothing to worry about. Mother is there to give shelter and take us to her lap. So this conviction should be there. Yes.
Ramakrishna may have cast off his body, but his spirit began to flow in the veins of humanity. Swami Vivekananda, affectionately called Swamiji, carried the Master's ideal of a universal religion to both the West and the East. On 20 February 1897, 3.5 years after his highly acclaimed achievement at the Parliament of Religions in Chicago, Vivekananda returned to Calcutta. He was totally exhausted from his constant lecturing and meeting people, so on 8th March, following his doctor's advice, he left for Darjeeling to rest and recover his health. He returned to Calcutta on 21 March to meet Raja Ajit Singh of Khetri, and again left for Darjeeling on 23rd March. Swamiji finally returned to Calcutta on 28 April 1897. The next day he visited Holy Mother at 10-2 Bospara Lane in Bagbazar.
So Swamiji had a very short life, as we know, not even 40 years. And he had to perform lots of things, not only in the West. In the West, he established Vedanta societies, at least two, and then he lectured in various places. Even now, we are discovering places where it was not known that he went there. Yeah, even today. And then England, then Europe. And not only that, the worry was there that before he passes away, the whole thing should be, a machine should be started so that that machine will take his message and master's message to every door. So that is why his worry was there. So lecturing was exhausting. At the same time, he had other things in mind to do, and he had to meet so many people. So that is why he had to go to Darjeeling. Darjeeling is a hill station. What is hill station? Means like Himalaya, there is say about 7,000 or 6,000 feet high, and from there you can see Himalaya very vividly, Kanchenjunga. And it's not far away from Kolkata, about say maybe 300-400 miles, 3,500 miles. So he went there and stayed for some time. Now we have a center there where Nivedita went there and stayed. So that house has come to us. The government of West Bengal, then we also requested, and then it was given to us. Yes.
Kumud Bandhu Sen left an eyewitness account of their meeting. It was a memorable and historic occasion. All those who had the rare privilege to see this meeting between Holy Mother and the illustrious Swami Vivekananda for the first time after the latter's return from the West with laurels of glory and fame felt an exuberance of joy. Holy Mother stood silently at the door of her own room, wearing her usual veil-like covering. Swamiji prostrated himself before her. It was indeed a heavenly sight to see the world-famous Swami Vivekananda prostrating himself with deep reverence and humility before Holy Mother like a devoted son. Holy Mother, deeply moved at the sight of Swamiji after an interval of nearly 7 years, stood speechless as if in a trance. The whole atmosphere was surcharged with indescribable sublimity and divine bliss. When he made pranams to Mother, Swamiji did not touch her feet, as is often customary. And when he stood up after prostrating to her, he turned to all of us who were standing behind and said in a soft voice, "Go and prostrate before the Mother, but don't touch her feet. She is so gracious, so tender and affectionate, that when one touches her feet, she then readily draws unto and takes upon herself all the misery and suffering of the hapless soul out of her infinite grace and unbounded love and compassion for one and all. Thereby she has to suffer herself silently for others' sake. Go slowly one by one and prostrate before her. Pray to her and ask for her blessing from the bottom of your heart, with all sincerity, but without verbal expression. She is ever in a superconscious state and understands everybody's mind."
Yeah. Like Mother is like that. We have nothing to tell her. She fulfills everything. You know, the General Secretary Maharaj, Swami Suviranandji Maharaj, was reminiscing, he was narrating. You know, we have a center in Calcutta recently dedicated. It's named Vivek Tirtha. So the Chief Minister of West Bengal requested Ramakrishna Mission to open a center to build characters of people. So it is about 150 crores, and we don't have so much of money. So G.S. Maharaj, General Secretary Maharaj, went to President Maharaj, Swami Smarananandji. So asked Maharaj, this has come to us, now what to do? Then he was jovial, very jokingly he said, it is not your job. It is Thakur's job, it is Swamiji's job. So it will be done. But what you do? You must do something. What you do? You have to pray. But there will be no response if you pray to Sri Ramakrishna. Because he is in deep samadhi. For him, money is equivalent to mud. And Swamiji, he is also in deep samadhi. So what is the way then? You better pray to Mother. Mother is open and Mother will fulfill your prayer. And that happened. Within few years, that big center, that center is like the outer facade is like the Chicago art that institution where Swamiji delivered his famous lecture. So apparently it looks like that, and inside is a beautiful hall is constructed, and also educational center, computer center, educational center, monks quarters. So all these were built within a short period of time. It happened because of the blessings of Mother. Ramakrishna Math mission, it happened due to Holy Mother. We have already heard that she went to Gaya and saw monks who are living there in an organized ashrama. At least they had space to rest and also something to eat, whereas that time all stalwarts, they were moving around without a surety of food, a shelter. Sometimes they would lie down under a tree. So Mother wept to Sri Ramakrishna and requested to grant this organization, and that is what it happened. And Swamiji, after spending about 4 years, he returned in 1897. And that time he met Swamiji met Mother. Yes.
Maharaj,
Yeah.
is this the time where there's kind of a funny anecdote that when Swamiji came back from the United States, he was bathing in the Ganga and he drank a bunch of the Ganga water and he said, "Oh, I'm meeting Mother. I have to purify myself because I've been in the United States."
Yeah, he carried some Ganga water here when he came, and whenever he thought a bit not holy, he used to take some few drops and he used to drink that water. So, and he would then remember Har, boom, boom, like the water is flowing by, and it makes a gurgling sound. Yeah, so can you finish that page?
Sure. As directed by Swamiji, all of us, one by one, silently prostrated ourselves before the Mother. Swamiji quietly stood in a corner of the veranda. When we had all finished offering pranams to Mother, Gola Ma broke the silence and addressed Swamiji on behalf of the Mother, saying in a most affectionate tone, "Mother is eager to know how you have been keeping at Darjeeling. Is there much improvement?" Swamiji: "Yes, I was much better there. Mahendra Banerjee and his accomplished wife very kindly looked after my comfort. I hope within a short time I will be all right." Golat Ma: "Mother says that the Master is always with you. You have still many more things to do for the good of the world." Swamiji: "I see directly, I feel, and I realize that I am a mere instrument of the Master. Sometimes I am myself surprised how such wonderfully great things are taking place, and how in the West men and women are ready to devote their lives to this noble cause and to help me voluntarily in spreading the message of the Master. I went to America with the blessing of the Mother, and when I succeeded in moving the people there through my speeches and received tremendous ovations from them, I remembered at once the power of the Mother's blessing, which had worked such a miracle. When I rested in silence, I could clearly perceive that the same divine power, whom the Master called the Divine Mother, was guiding me there."
You know, one thing, truth has tremendous power, as Swamiji would say, that it is like piercing power. Silently it does. See, like what a river comes from a mountain and it crosses in breaking big mountain, makes its own way. So truth has similar power, coercing power. And Swamiji preached truth here. How to realize one's own real self. How to make the spiritual teachings in our day-to-day workable life. So that is the contribution of Swamiji. It should be accepted. And not everyone is not able to understand this. Those who have this understanding will listen to Swamiji and will try to inculcate in their lives. So that is what happened. Yes.
Golat Ma conveyed the Mother's reply. "The Master is not separate or different from the Divine Mother. The Master is doing all these great things through you. You are his chosen disciple and son. He loved you intensely and predicted before all that you were one day destined to be a distinguished world teacher." With great emotion, Swamiji said, "Mother, I want to establish the Master's message and establish a worthy and enduring organization for that purpose as soon as possible, but I feel distressed that I cannot do things as speedily as I wish." Holy Mother herself spoke in a soft voice with maternal affection. "Don't worry about that. What you have done and what you will do will endure forever. You were born for this work, for this mission. Thousands will look upon you as the enlightened teacher of the world. Rest assured that the Master will very soon fulfill your desire. You will before long find that your ideas are taking practical shape." With prayerful reverence, Swamiji said to Mother, "Bless me, Mother, that I may see my plan of work materialize as quickly as possible." With these words, Swamiji took leave of Holy Mother and reverently prostrated before her again.
Yeah. So that happened in April 1897. And 1st of May, Ramakrishna Mission came to existence, which is doing great work in India and some other countries also. Here it is Vedanta societies. Here we have only spiritual, activities. There we have educational centers, medical centers, and schools, colleges, and hospitals, dispensaries, and lots of things. Even blind boys, uplifting the lower strata of income group. So all these are happening in India and Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Fiji, Mauritius, and so especially these are that time colony. In other places, it's Vedant societies. Here, it is difficult to do some social work. Lots of rules are there, but with that also we do minimum whatever is possible, like providing a meal for, say, our um, homeless brothers and sisters. So like that, minimum, we cannot do much here. So that is the mission of Swami Vivekananda that started within, say, 2-3 days. And he had to face a lots of opposition, not only from general people, even from direct disciples. They could not understand why Swamiji was doing all these things. Sri Ramakrishna gave importance to God realization, but Swamiji was introducing how to serve human being as God. So this is the beautiful part of it. So thank you very much. Akshay, anything?
No.
Okay. Everybody waits for your question. Okay. So we say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Pranam.